Something starts happening to you when you're getting close to the next version of yourself, and it's subtle at first. You don't announce it, you don't post about it, you just start feeling it deep in your core. You look around at the things you used to love, the people you used to click with, the places you used to hang out, and suddenly they don't hit the same. What used to satisfy you now leaves you empty. What used to entertain you now feels like noise. That's not boredom. That's not mood swings. That's transformation. You are not losing your mind. You are finding your mission. See, when your spirit starts to grow, everything around you that's not aligned with your growth starts to irritate you. And the dangerous part, it doesn't look wrong, it just doesn't feel right anymore. You can't sit in the same circles, gossiping and pretending that surface level stuff feeds you. You can't spend another day numbing yourself with distractions that take you further from your purpose. You feel it, you know it. Something is shifting, and it's not outside of you, it's in you. Your appetite changes. You start craving more peace, more purpose, more progress. You don't want the chaos. You don't want the drama. You want elevation. And not the fake kind, not the look successful kind. Look successful kind. You want soul level growth. You want real results. You want to feel like you're becoming who you were created to be. You start moving different. Your boundaries get stronger. Your standards go higher. You stop explaining yourself to people who aren't even trying to understand you. You stop chasing after things that don't serve your future. It's not ego. It's not attitude. It's awareness. You've seen a glimpse of what you could be, and now anything less is uncomfortable, and it doesn't always feel good. In fact, at first it's lonely. Because while you're growing, evolving, and becoming, most people around you are still operating on who you used to be. They don't see the work you're doing behind the scenes. They don't understand the battles you're fighting in your mind. They don't feel the fire that's waking you up at 3 a.m. telling you you're meant for more. They just see you pulling back. They say you're acting different. But that's exactly the point. You're not acting. You're becoming. You're being called higher. And with that calling comes a cost. You have to let go of old habits, old versions of yourself, and sometimes even old relationships. You have to be okay with outgrowing things, because staying small to make others comfortable will kill your calling faster than any failure ever could. The real ones will grow with you. The rest were just renting space. Let me tell you something that might just hit you in the chest. The shift you're feeling is your alignment catching up to your assignment. You're stepping into the identity that matches the blessing that's on the way. And that requires a different mindset, a sharper focus, a cleaner environment, a louder yes to yourself, and a stronger no to distractions. You can't walk into a new season with an old mentality. The version of you that survived can't be the same one that thrives. So when everything around you starts to feel unfamiliar, when your interests change, your priorities shift, your energy feels sacred, don't resist it. Don't run back to the old just because it's comfortable. That old version of you wasn't designed to carry what's coming. This internal change is your proof. You're not waiting for elevation. You are the elevation. There's a shift that happens when something big is about to hit your life, and it's not something you see with your eyes first. It's something you feel. A divine kind of awareness takes over. All of a sudden, the distractions don't tempt you like they used to. The noise fades into the background. You stop entertaining drama, pointless conversations, and people who aren't going where you're going. You don't even need to announce it. You just move different. You protect your space like your future depends on it, because it does. You begin to notice things you used to let slide. You recognize energy that drains you from a mile away, and now you're not afraid to walk away from it. You're not desperate for approval anymore. You've tasted too much peace, too much clarity, too much purpose, and now you're addicted to alignment. You start guarding your time like it's treasure. You start saying no to good things because you're waiting on God things. You start feeling peace in places you used to feel pressure. That's not being distant, that's being deliberate. This kind of focus doesn't come from hype, it comes from preparation. Something in you knows, even if you can't explain it, something major is coming, and you don't want to miss it. You can't afford to be sloppy with your time, your thoughts, or your circle anymore. You can't keep trying to please people who don't even have the capacity to understand your purpose. You're not better than anyone. You're just called. And when you're called, you move with intention. You stop needing noise to feel alive. You don't need a crowd to feel seen. You've learned to value solitude because it's in the quiet where your clarity is born. You're no longer scared of being alone. You're more afraid of being distracted because distractions don't look like danger at first. They come wrapped in comfort. They show up as people who talk sweet but pull you off course. They come as opportunities that look good but cost your peace. They come as habits that feel normal but keep you stuck. You've learned to see through all of that. Now, you want more than hype. You want real elevation. And real elevation requires real discipline. You can't take old baggage into a new season. You can't rise with hands full of what should have been let go. So you start clearing space, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You start making room for what's on the way. You declutter your life from dead weight and empty noise, not out of bitterness, out of vision. And this part of the journey, it's powerful, it's sacred. You begin to feel God drawing you in, whispering things to your spirit that no one else understands. You start walking with confidence, not because you know every step, but because you trust the pull. You trust the feeling in your gut that says, prepare. You don't need proof. You don't need applause. You don't need everyone to get it. You just know. You can feel it. That a door is about to open, a moment is about to hit, and when it does, you want to be ready. So if you feel disconnected from the world but more connected to your spirit, good. If you feel less social but more focused, good. If you're spending more time praying, planning, building in silence, good. That's not you being lost. That's you being locked in. Because when something divine is about to enter your life, God doesn't need your popularity. He needs your preparation. So stay sharp, stay alert, stay faithful, because what's coming isn't small, it's heavy, it's big, and it's yours. Let's get one thing straight. When you're getting close to a breakthrough, the pressure intensifies. It's not your imagination. The road gets rougher, the battles get heavier, the hits come faster. And just when you think you finally found your rhythm, life throws another curveball that makes you question everything. That's not failure, that's confirmation. The resistance you're facing isn't a stop sign. It's proof that you're walking straight into the fire that forges greatness. You don't face giants when you're standing still. You face them when you're taking ground. You don't attract resistance when you're hiding. It shows up when you dare to move forward. The closer you get to what you've been praying for, grinding for, sweating and crying for, the louder the opposition becomes. Because pressure always shows up before the promise. Chaos always hits before the crown. And I know it feels like everything's falling apart. You've been doing the right thing. You've been working, sacrificing, believing, and now life feels harder than ever. Doors are slamming. People are doubting you. Fear is whispering in your ear. Maybe this isn't for you, but let me tell you the truth. If it wasn't for you, the enemy wouldn't be fighting so hard to keep you from it. Hell doesn't attack what doesn't threaten it. The storm around you is a sign that you're carrying something valuable, something dangerous to average, something destined. Obstacles are not meant to break you. They're built to build you. The pressure, the setbacks, the tears you cry when no one's looking, it's all part of the preparation. You don't level up without resistance. You don't get power without pain. That wall in front of you, it's not there to block you. It's there to test your hunger. It's asking, how bad do you want it? Will you fight for it when it's not easy, when it's not convenient, when it looks impossible? Too many people give up right at the edge of everything they ever wanted. They misread the resistance as a rejection, when really it was the final exam before the breakthrough. The pain has a purpose. The fight is not random. You are being refined in the fight. You are being shaped in the struggle. Because what's coming to you is too big for the old version of you to handle. So don't run from the obstacles. Don't fold under the weight. Stand up in the middle of it. Plant your feet, grit your teeth, and say, if this is what it takes, then bring it on. Because every hit you take is making you stronger. Every loss you survive is adding fuel to your fire. Every rejection is building the resilience you'll need to carry the blessing that's on its way. You don't need a smooth path to win. You need grit. You need vision. You need faith that doesn't flinch. The ones who make it, who rise, who change their world, they're not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept going when everything said stop. They're the ones who fought when they had every reason to quit. And you've got that same fire in you. You were built for hard things. You were designed to win battles that weren't fair. You've got a storm inside you, louder than any obstacle in front of you. So when resistance shows up, don't you dare back down. Don't you dare forget who you are. The pressure you feel right now is not punishment. It's proof. Proof that something big is on the other side. There's a moment, and if you felt it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, when out of nowhere, something inside you starts speaking louder than the noise around you. You're doing your usual routine, living your life the same way you always have, but now something's different. You start getting ideas, visions that don't match your current situation, dreams that don't make sense based on where you are right now. That's not your imagination. That's not random. That is purpose waking up inside you. And when it starts speaking, it doesn't whisper forever. It gets louder. It gets bolder. It starts painting pictures in your head of a life so big, so full of fire and freedom, that your heart starts racing. You start seeing yourself speaking in rooms you've never been in, doing things nobody in your family ever dared to do. You see yourself walking in power, building something meaningful, leaving a legacy that outlives you. You might shake your head and say, that's too much, but it's not. It's a preview. You're not crazy for dreaming like that. You're not out of touch for seeing more when others settle for less. You're not arrogant for believing there's more in you. That's divine vision. That's destiny dropping hints. And you have two choices. Ignore it and stay where you are, or lean in and find out who you really are. And let me tell you, once that vision catches fire, you'll never be the same again, because now you can't unsee it. Now your soul has a picture of what's possible. Now the life you've been tolerating starts to feel too tight, too small, too safe. That's because the new you is stretching the old you out of place. You start losing interest in things that used to excite you. Small talk bores you. Fake relationships drain you. Wasting time frustrates you. You don't feel like yourself anymore because you're not supposed to. You're evolving. This is how purpose works. It doesn't knock politely. It shakes you. It disrupts your peace so you can find your power. It starts with whispers, ideas you can't explain, dreams you can't shake. And then it challenges you. It dares you to believe you were born for more than survival. It dares you to step out, to risk, to move. And yes, it's scary. But what's scarier? Staying stuck in a life you've outgrown. Waking up 10 years from now, still haunted by the same dreams, still ignoring the same call. You were given those visions for a reason. You think they show up in everyone's mind like that? They don't. That fire inside you, that's not standard issue. That's unique. That's your assignment. And when you finally stop running, when you finally say, okay, I'm ready, life starts shifting. Doors start appearing. Opportunities come out of nowhere. Because the moment you align with your vision, things start moving. But here's the thing. You don't wait until you have it all figured out. You move with what you know. You move on faith. You take one step, then another, then another. You don't need the whole staircase to start climbing. You just need to trust the whisper. The whisper that says, you were made for this. The whisper that says, you got more in you. The whisper that says, this is your time. So don't you dare silence that voice just because your current reality doesn't match the vision. That's the whole point. The vision is meant to pull you forward, to show you what's possible, to provoke you into becoming who you were always meant to be. Follow it, chase it, build it. Because that whisper, it's not just a thought, it's a calling, and it's calling you. Let me talk to you straight. That feeling you've got right now, that burning, that ache, that sense that something's off, even when everything looks fine on the outside, don't ignore it. That's not weakness. That's not confusion. That's not something to medicate, numb, or run from. That's growth. That's destiny knocking from the inside, saying, hey, We don't belong here anymore. You used to feel good where you are. Used to wake up with a smile. Used to laugh without forcing it. But now, everything feels tight, small, uncomfortable. That job you used to love drains you. That circle you used to roll with feels distant. That routine you used to enjoy is starting to feel like a cage. And I need you to understand, that's not life falling apart. That's your spirit expanding beyond the limits you've accepted. See, when something big is about to come into your life, the first thing that shifts is you. Your heart starts craving more. Your mind starts questioning what used to make sense. Your soul starts stretching. That's why you feel the friction. That's why it feels like everything's closing in. It's not closing in. You're growing out of it. Think about it. When a snake outgrows its skin, it doesn't stay comfortable. It sheds. When a seed is ready to become a tree, it breaks through the soil. Pain is part of progress. Discomfort is the first alert that you're about to rise. And listen, growth ain't always pretty. It's messy, it's loud, it's emotional. You'll cry, you'll want to quit, you'll question everything. But hear me, that storm inside you isn't there to destroy you. It's there to develop you. You're not broken, you're becoming. You're not lost, you're launching. This discomfort you're feeling, it's the labor before the delivery. And yet labor hurts. It stretches you in ways you didn't ask for. But that's because what you're carrying is heavy. It's divine. It's powerful. And it's not meant to fit inside your old life. You don't get to the next level by staying comfortable. You get there by letting go. Letting go of who you used to be. Letting go of what used to work. Letting go of who people told you you had to be. You were never meant to stay the same. That agitation you feel, it's your higher self trying to wake you up, trying to remind you that you weren't built for average, that you weren't created just to clock in, clock out, and coast through life. No, you were made to rise, to roar, to shake the ground you walk on. But it starts with listening to that inner discomfort, not silencing it, not doubting it, not shoving it under the rug. Honor it, because that discomfort is your alarm clock. It's ringing because your time has come. Time to shift, time to move, time to elevate. Stop asking, why do I feel like this? Start asking, what am I being prepared for? Because I promise you, that burning you feel right now, that urge to escape the ordinary, that voice that keeps saying, there's more for you, it's not lying. It's not random. It's not temporary. It's your truth. And it's about to lead you into something so big, so bold, so unshakable, that when you finally step into it, you'll look back and realize that discomfort was the best thing that ever happened to you. So don't fight it, fuel it. Let me tell you something real. When you start walking toward your purpose, when you start moving in the direction of something greater, don't be surprised when people start disappearing. That's not a coincidence. That's confirmation. People you thought would ride with you forever, they fall back. Friends you laughed with, shared secrets with, dreamed with, they go silent. Conversations dry up, calls stop coming. You start noticing you're the only one reaching out, and it stings, it cuts, it makes you question everything. But let me make this loud and clear. You're not being abandoned, you're being aligned. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, you're not unlovable, you're evolving. And when you evolve, everything that doesn't match your next level has to go. You don't lose people by accident when you're growing. You're being separated so you can be elevated. See, not everyone can go with you. And that's not shade, that's reality. Some people are only meant for the chapter you just finished. They were part of your comfort zone, part of the old you, the you that played it safe, the you that doubted, the you that settled. But now, you're becoming someone new, someone focused, someone intentional, someone chosen. And the higher you go, the smaller your circle gets, on purpose. You've got to stop grieving people who were never meant to stay in your destiny. Stop chasing closure from folks who walked away without a word. Their absence is your answer. Don't force connections that no longer carry purpose. Don't beg to be understood by those who never took the time to see you. When you're growing, isolation doesn't mean you're off track. It means you're on the verge. You're not lonely. You're being set apart. And I know it feels like rejection. It feels like betrayal. But what if it's protection? What if the silence in your life right now is God making room for better? What if the no from them was a yes to something far greater? You keep praying for next level blessings, but next level blessings require next level you, and next level you can't be surrounded by low level loyalty. Sometimes the room has to clear before the light can hit you. Sometimes the distractions have to leave so the vision can speak. And sometimes the people you're holding onto with both hands are the very ones slowing your progress. You're out here dragging dead weight when all along you were meant to fly. Let them go. If they were supposed to stay, they wouldn't have left. You don't need an audience to be anointed. You don't need validation to have value. You don't need company to carry your calling. Some of your greatest growth will happen in the quiet, when it's just you. No applause, no support, just you and your grit, just you and your vision, just you and the voice inside saying, keep going. Let me tell you something powerful. Isolation is the breeding ground of transformation. It's where you meet yourself. It's where you level up. It's where your gifts get sharpened, your mind gets stronger, and your faith gets unshakable. So if you feel like you're walking alone right now, don't panic. Don't fold. You're not alone. You're in process. Something powerful is forming in the dark. The crowd may have left, but the calling never did. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep building. Because when the spotlight hits you again, and it will, you'll be ready.